Okay, the ways that I do this is that I've got my my scriptable objects for enemies, which allows me to quickly right-click, create enemy, and then let's call this enemy Bob, and then I can fill in all the details that I need for that enemy because this is just a data holder. Then I will have, let me get rid of Bob. Then I will have a game manager which has a script on it that tells it never to delete. So it will be there for every single scene. And inside of there, I have a list of all of my enemies that are going to be in my game. And this gives me access to each one of these by an index number. So once I have an object called battle area, this has a random attack script. So this will be a polygon collider that is just a trigger. So when the person walks in, they have a random time between minimum and maximum time before they're attacked while they're inside that area. And then a random number between 1 and 3 enemies that will attack the character. Then I pick from my list of enemies using the index number, and right now I have enemy 8 and enemy 13, and I just did this way so that 8 has a higher chance of being selected than 13, and this will select the enemies that need to attack. And once it's done that, the game manager will be told somewhere, the game manager will be told down here at the time of battle which enemies will be fighting and what background will be used. So when it goes into the battle scene, and after that happens, after it fills this in, it goes to the battle scene. So in the battle scene, in the battle scene, it'll know it's got different areas of if it's 1 enemy, 2 enemies, or 3 enemies. So if I turn these off, so these are locations where it will spawn the prefab for the enemy. So that's 3, it'll spawn 2, or it'll spawn 1. So those are the locations where it's going to spawn my enemies, up to a maximum of 3. And then when the scene starts, it will instantiate those prefabs, and then the prefabs will take on the scriptable object. These here are the 2 scriptable objects, the 2 prefabs, and we can see right here is where the scriptable object loads up, and it fills in all the information here. So we have our levels, we have our hit points, we have all of that stuff being pulled over for this.